This is Vergil Ortiz, very tall. You see him in the black trunks. One of these guys who can punch, doesn't necessarily want to use his height and his reach in boxing from the outside. He's very comfortable in close because he believes in his power.
18 years old, Dallas, Texas, Vergil Ortiz, fighting for the second time. This is a fighter who has an amateur big standout, a bit of a bidding war trying to see who was going to be his promoter. There you see it walking in. Vergil Ortiz got the Golden Boy silhouette on his shirt.
Very savvy on the young man's part.
Very good.
Very nice. Trained by Joel Diaz in Coachella, California. You see Joel right behind him. And Joel Diaz, Steve, doesn't just take on any fighter. He takes on fighters that he knows have potential. So for him to take on somebody like this, that says something.
You know, Vergil Ortiz is a young man that's a part of his roster that really is post-Tim Bradley in his training career. And I still remember about a fight or two ago at the Fantasy Springs Theater, they had the area where they have the weigh-in, and Robert said, Joel said, can you come over here? And he introduced me about 6 or 7 kids. Vergil was one of them, and he said, this is my new generation of champions. Now, Betta, we were there for Ortiz's pro debut July 30th at Fantasy Springs. Now, we didn't get a great sample size, but we found out one thing about him. This kid can punch.
A third-round knockout over Julio Rodas. Joking with him when I saw him at the casino, like, why did you wait so long? He's like, well, I needed to get a couple rounds in.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you're 18. Like, already sounding like a savvy veteran. Vergil Ortiz will be up about the 4th or 5th fight as you're finalizing the schedule. You'll see him. I'm pretty sure all of Dallas will be out there for him. He's a local fighter. Vergil Ortiz, 18 years old. Actually, hometown is Grand Prairie, Texas. Went to Grand Prairie High School where he was a star cross-country runner.
Oh, that's very good. Yeah,
well,
that's a perfect sport for boxers.
He shouldn't have problems going around. It's interesting about Vergil Ortiz, and you talked about the bidding war, the various people that we've known and associated for years that have the blue chip prospects time and time again, they were all after this young man. And in talking to Eric Gomez, the new president of Golden Boy, I asked him a couple of weeks ago, Doug, are you going to make a run at some of these Olympians? And you know the names, Shakur Stevenson,
Right.
Kiko Balderas. And Eric told me bluntly, he goes, you know, Steve, we're certainly interested all the time, but he goes, you know something? I see the young kids we have like Ortiz, Tanahara, Cesar Diaz. He said, Steve, we don't need to overpay for anybody. We like what we have right now.
Well, now the thing is, because of amateur boxing where they took out the headgear, some of these kids are saying, forget risking the cuts, going up against guys in their 30s as an amateur, and let's turn pro and make some money like a fighter like Hector Tanahara.
Yeah, a lot of top amateurs just said, forget about the Olympics.
Tanahara,
That's not necessarily my dream.
Well, not only that, guys, there used to be a time, especially in like 1976 or in 84,
Yes.
that when you were in the Olympic Games as a boxer, you had the greatest star-making vehicle because ABC used to feature it as its main platform, as one of its main sports.
It was primetime network television when there were like 4 or 5 networks.
Right. And then you had a guy by the name of Howard Cosell, really almost as a kingmaker. Now, to our side, guys, there's a little scene going on. There's a fighter again in his camp holding up 2 belts, trying to taunt and get the attention of Canelo Alvarez. I'd love to find out who is that masked fighter. Interesting.
I still think it's Charles Happy.
It might be maybe one of the Charlo brothers. You know, they took the drive down from Houston.
Yeah. And speaking of local fighters, and back to the local fighters that are on this card, it's always important for a promoter to put young fighters who are from neighboring towns, either close by or within the same state, because these young guys will bring the local newspapers from their town to the event, and those reporters also write about the main event and the co-featured fights. So it just helps the publicity of the entire event.
Joel Diaz Sr. working with Vergil Ortiz Jr. Vergil Ortiz spells it V-E-R-G-I-L. That is correct. His dad said he just wanted to be different with the spelling for his son. Vergil Ortiz, 18 years old. There you see the scene around Canelo Alvarez. Keep using the hashtag RingTV. As Vanessa, who's working at Loyola High School. Go Cubs! Right there in the middle of Los Angeles, watching us on RingTV. Obviously, Canelo fan. Not a Beto Duran fan, but, you know, we'll take that.
There's a lot of those, too, though, Beto. Don't be modest.
Don't
come
sell
on.
yourself short.
Yeah, come on. You're not exactly chopped liver. Come on.
We'll wait to see how the Lakers start off their season before we get some of the fans. Beto Duran, Doug Fisher, and Steve Kim, led by Will Wright. Panda directing right now. Good job getting you that split screen. Luis, we'll give him a different last name today. everybody else involved. A great job by the Golden Boy Media and Entertainment Department. All this behind-the-scenes stuff available on the YouTube page. That's where you can find the excellent mano a mano, the Snapchat, the Instagram, the Facebook, the Twitter, all lit right now. A crack staff, make sure everything is covered for you today, and not just today, but all week long, all the behind-the-scenes stuff. And you'll see right there on Saturday, Vergil Ortiz at AT&T Stadium. That must be a cool feeling. Not only are you just going to be fighting in your hometown, but he's a Cowboy fan. You got to walk in there.
You know, can I just say something? As a young kid, if you're a Dodger fan, to be able to fight at Dodger Stadium, they had fights there years ago, by the way. That's something that you'll never forget in terms of an early fight experience. And just looking at Vergil Ortiz right now on the mitts, boy, I think he's got a lot of offensive tools, Doug. I think he's got power in both hands, and I think he has the ability to hit through people. And I've said this for years, punchers are born, they are not made.
Yeah, you could tell there's power in both hands, and I like his balance and I like his technique. It's interesting, working the mitts, he operates very well from a distance and mid-distance. However, when he fights, it seems like he wants to get right up on his opponent and blast him out, a la the late, great Diego Corrales, one of these tall punchers that doesn't necessarily care to use his height and his reach in there. It'll be interesting to see what style he employs on Saturday.
Vergil Ortiz started fighting at the age of 5. His dad took him, and we mentioned his cross-country background when he was the #1 runner for the Grand Prairie Gophers, Doug. Wow. Now, you do your Sunday workouts with Coach Schwartz. You are at UCLA on Sundays. You periscope it. I watch it. It's pretty cool. I've never seen you run a 4:57 mile.
I did that in high school.
So did Vergil Ortiz. Okay. Vergil Ortiz ran a 4:57 mile as a high school senior. He wants to be a teacher cross-country coach after he gets done boxing.
And I ran cross country in high school, and it's a great foundation sport for other sports because it gives you that stamina, that endurance, and that discipline. You have to be very disciplined in, you know, keeping track of your miles, and you have to log everything. And there's been a lot of fighters. Oh, here's Tattoo. I'll continue.
No, let's keep talking cross country right now. Let's talk about Mount Sac.
You'd be fighting in your backyard, not just in your backyard, but at AT&T Stadium.
I never thought this day would happen.
Mariachis.
There you go, Sat. Direct, baby.
I went to the Pacquiao Margarito fight, and my dad told me, one day you're going to be fighting here. And, you know, I was like, hey, yeah, thanks, Dad, but it's happening. It happened real fast, too. I'm grateful.
I mean, your second fight in your career, and you're already at AT&T Stadium on an undercard, Canelo Alvarez. What does this mean in your career, and how do you see your career moving with Golden Boy Promotions?
At this rate, I think it's gonna go by really fast. I think everyone's gonna know me by then. I'll get a title shot maybe like in 2 years or 3 years and something like that, and I'll be up there.
Thank you so much, Vergil. Good luck on Saturday, man, in your backyard, AT&T Stadium. I'm proud of you. I'm very happy for you, and boxing fans around the world will know who you are very soon. Vergil Ortiz, Team 10.
All right, Tat, tell the Mariachis to turn it back up right now. Mariachis doing a good job. Mexicanísimo show. They're actually in Fort Worth, Texas. They're right here, the official mariachi for all week long. El Mexicanísimo show, putting on a good show, working it right now. We're coming back on camera. That means we got to fix the suit. We got to get suited and booted. Get looking sharp right here. Beto Duran, Doug Fisher, and Steve Kim. I don't know how many ties and shirts we brought, but we packed it. We're ready to go for you all week long. Tomorrow, the final press conference from AT&T Stadium. Friday, the weigh-in from AT&T Stadium. If you're in the Dallas Plex area, go and check it out. It is open to the public. It'll be a cool feature. If you're a Cowboy fan, what a better chance do you have to go inside the stadium when there's nobody there and you don't have to pay the ticket to get on in. So get on in there. And Vergil Ortiz, get on over here, Vergil Ortiz. We'll get him too, get him situated. As now I'm getting fired up. Now the tea's kicking in, the honey's kicking in. Canelo's still here. Vergil's gonna get a towel. He's gonna wipe his face, and we're gonna get him all set up. You see Canelo Alvarez still here. You know, true to his word, Doug. He said he was gonna roll around and shake hands, take pictures with you, and he's still going on.
Of the gig.
All right, 18-year-old Vergil Ortiz. Yeah, Canelo's here, but it's your time right now. How cool is it just working out here?
It's really cool. All my family's out here. I think like half of the supporters are for me, actually.
Yeah, I didn't hear any Vergil chants. Let's start it though. Let's start it right now.
Let's start it.
Yeah. No, you didn't grow up in Dallas, but Grand Prairie, right? How
Yes.
far is that away from here?
It's not that far. It's like a good 10 minutes away.
Oh, okay. So this is your backyard.
Yeah, it's my
man.
backyard.
All right. But to be in this arena, the way it's set up, when you walked in here, you had a big smile on your face. You just get a little workout in there. Is it starting to hit you now? Like, okay, this is the moment.
Yeah, this is it. This is the moment I've been always dreaming for. You know, I've trained my whole life for this since I was 5, and it's finally coming true.
How many interviews have you done this week so far, or just in the weeks building up to this fight?
This week, I think I went to the media training last week, so I've done like a good 5.
And have they written stories about you in the Prairie?
Yeah.
Sorry, it's Grand Prairie.
Grand Prairie, yes.
Newspaper, and what's that been like?
It's amazing because I'm getting a lot of exposure. I love it. I see like a lot of fans. They're following me on Instagram. They're Vergil Ortiz, by the way.
No, not by the way. Say it right. Vergil Ortiz?
Vergil Ortiz.
With
Vergil
an E.
with an E. Vergil. They always spell it wrong with an I.
There you go. Now you grew up here, but you went away to college. I call it college because you moved to Indio, California, trained with Joel Diaz. So you haven't really been here at your home, right? Because you've been away training. Now you're in your second pro fight. Everybody's going to be there for you.
Yes.
You just mentioned it. You told Tat a few years ago you saw Pacquiao and you're like, yeah, whatever. I'm going to be here. Come on now. Let's get serious. Now you're doing this. How cool is that?
It's really cool. It's really unreal. Fighting in the AT&T Stadium, first of all, that's like one of the biggest stadiums in the world. I don't know how it's going to feel when I walk out, but I'm just going to try to focus on the fight and, try tunnel vision, and I'll get it done. And once it's all over, then I'll pay attention. I'll realize how big it was.
And for folks who have not seen you fight yet, how would you describe your style?
I can adapt to any style. I can push you back. I can fight inside. I can box you if I want to. I can do anything I want to.
Would you describe yourself as a puncher or a boxer puncher?
I can do both.
And there you see his pro debut. He took on Julio Rodas in July at the Fancy Springs. And Rodas was a tough scrapper. He came with you. You guys went 2.5 rounds, and then you knocked him out in the third. But I remember you telling me, like, oh, I wanted to get rounds in. Like,
Hey, it doesn't look like it, man.
No.
It looks like you wanted to just get it on.
He actually ended in the first round.
Yeah?
In a minute 30.
Oh, that was the first round, right?
Yeah, it was the
That's
first
right.
round.
Oh, this is
He
wrong.
didn't get his rounds in. He got a minute in. Almost 2 minutes in.
Yeah, I was
Box
just
rec
warming
is
up.
wrong. I'm not pointing fingers, but look, right there it said 3. So I'm saying 3, but it was first round. But you getting to know you a little bit. You were a fighter where you could have signed with different promotional companies.
Yes.
Why Golden Boy?
I just feel like it's more of a family, Those other ones, I think they're more part of the business. And, that's fine. Boxing is a business, but, I want to be treated as a person, not just like another fighter in their promotions.
And you said most of these fans are here for you, though.
Yes.
But you saw Canelo Alvarez being on the same card as him, and you see the experience around him. Not too long ago, Canelo was fighting in a casino. Steve Kim mentioned that Floyd Mayweather fought at 4:30 at one of his early fights. This is you. Can you see yourself being the pay-per-view main event?
Yes, pretty soon. I think within 5 years, I'll be up there.
All right, Vergil Ortiz. Go follow him on Instagram. Vergil, Y, right? No, that's Y is a Y.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I'm taking Spanish lessons. Vergil Ortiz, make sure you check him out. RingTV.com will be his fight on Saturday. All of Grand Prairie will be there. An exciting fighter. Now, that's not hyperbole. This guy comes to bang, and you can check him out on Saturday. Anthony Yardes, another fighter. Vergil, good luck to you. The mariachis want to take a picture with you right now. Los Mexicanísimos, they're from Fort Worth. They want to get ready to go, man. Good luck to you. We'll see you Saturday. There you see.